WIFTV PM.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, babe. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you, baby. You're my command. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Interest in love until I met you, and I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I'm going through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels. To show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. No. It's that love you in your eyes. Make love in paradise. I want a life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet. Give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way. Then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels. To show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special, no need for labels.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots and that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I am your host, Mace Jackson, in the building with the multiple camera angles. Getting my technology on. I was thinking, on the weekends when I get a shave, Reese, I'll be like, I'm okay with the close-up. I got about 2 more days. I like when I get a Saturday cut, but I don't like when I get a Saturday cut.
Yeah, because in the middle of the week, you don't look like you even got a cut, you know?
Right.
Too, yeah.
I need the, and I try to wait for the barber to shave. So I got like 1 more day. So you might not see me on the close-up no more for the rest of the week. But I am, it's Tuesday. So I'll go to Wednesday. Thursday is going to be a wrap. I'm going to tell y'all, though, it is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson, right here on this Tuesday, February 15th. Reese, I got to break out of here again. Got to break out of here at 8:30. It's the last one, Joe. It's the last one, and then I'm going to tell you the story of Mace.
I thought you were going to write a book.
I'm going to tell y'all about it first. Because I'm just going to tell you, I think this experience might have finally convinced me to leave black people alone. I was like, wait, what? Don't we, ain't it? You know what? I just gave up, Reese. It's like peer pressure, so it's a beast. When they leave you by yourself, it's tough to stand alone. It's like, you know what? I won't be participating in y'all shenanigans, but I'm just checked out.
Yeah, that's hard, but, sometimes you got to do it alone, though, man.
Reese, I've been doing it alone for so long. I'm telling you, I'm about to be through with y'all black people in 6 months. Like, in 6 months, I'm going to be like, what? You black? Why?
Man, God only gives the strongest battles to the ones that can handle it, man. You know what I'm saying? So he giving you it because he know that you can handle it.
Hey, man, I'm about to pass. Like, I'd be like, God, if you could pass this cup, please.
In due time, you know what I'm saying?
Please, man, take this cup. Take this cup.
Working with you.
Give it here. You want this? Take this cup.
Oh, man.
You know what? I take this cup because y'all be hollering Barabbas. Week later, y'all be hollering Barabbas. George Floyd got his neck all stomped on. A week later, y'all talking about lock them all up. Barabbas, man. I'm through with y'all black people. Black people have you amped up and then be like, oh, man, it's cold outside. I changed my mind. ain't going. They be like, man, you done went and bought a coach. You done got prepared. They be like, you know what, man? Never mind. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler in the building. Shazam, my dude. Shazam, I see you. What's up, Riis? How you feeling this morning?
That's about the best. You already know the rest, man. I got in one car and had no gas. I had to put that car back in the garage and go get my other car in the front. So other than that, man, it's good.
Was the wife driving the other car?
You know she was.
Hey, Riis.
And she sat in the garage, like she be like in the garage, like reading and stuff. So she sat in there knowing there was no gas, and she left the light on.
Riis, you one of them people about 11 lights on carry like that. I'd be like, it's the light. What's going to happen? That's why we got these neutron lights.
It's cold. No, it's like in the car. It's cold.
Oh, wait. Why is she sitting there? You know she can't be sitting in the car reading. You know you could die like that. What? In the garage? Is the car on?
No, it's not on.
So she just be sitting in the car in the cold reading.
Well, you know what? Hey, you could be
Riis,
right about that.
Hey, Riis. Riis, she don't just be sitting in the car reading the cold. Riis, you gotta tell your wife she cannot sit in the car reading a book with the car on in the driveway. Right, and she mess around and kill. If the house is it attached?
Nah.
Ah, well at least y'all be safe. But dang, bro, she be done killed the whole house.
Well, I didn't have good.
Okay, well I'm glad you're good, man. Well, don't forget I'm gonna see you later on this evening. Hey, Riis, I'll tell you about it later. But man, Joe, it's the Maze Jackson Show. It's my man DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. I am the host. No Ruthie Moore. So you know what we can do? Let's get this soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Well, Riis, I have been avoiding this story the entire time that it's been happening. But I did tell you yesterday to pay attention. I know y'all gonna be tripping and everything, but I was not happy to find out that Alderman Patrick Daley Thompson was found guilty yesterday of a variety of tax evasion charges, and we're going to talk about it at 7 o'clock. It's weird, not weird. It's Are you? How confused are you? So confused. I'm confused. I'm the one confused. We done got up to 60,000 feet. People talking in my headphones. I'm like, where we at? What is it? Space Invaders? It's all good. It's unidentified flying objects. So today at 7 o'clock, we are going to talk about the case of Patrick Daley Thompson. I'm not going to zero in on it. We're going to talk about the case, the bank, the privilege, the whole process. I'm going to, regardless of your opinions, I'm going to let y'all know I'm going to talk about it from the helicopter. I told y'all once before, Patrick got me my date with Carrie. And he actually got me the last time I was going to ever try again. And the date came through. So, he was part of my, I worked on Patrick's campaign to become a commissioner at Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. And I just need to let y'all know I did it just because I wanted to meet Carrie and they was on the campaign trail together. So I would be like, wherever they volunteering, that's where I'm going to be at. You did. So I am going to talk about it because I do think there is a lot to unpack in the story. But I am going to tell you I am not celebrating. I know a lot of people, I'm not celebrating his demise or this unfortunate incident. I told you I don't really jump on when too many people get jammed, particularly black people. And I'm not saying that Patrick is black or anything like that, so don't get it twisted. I do think that this is a seminal Chicago moment. And I think we got to put it in perspective of the Chicago that we knew and the Chicago that exists. I just was thinking about a lot of stuff as I was breaking this down and I was writing it down this morning. the end of a Daley era. Really, I feel like it's like the end. It's like the symbolic end of the Irish control too, like the Green Team. We're gonna talk about it, all. So y'all do me a favor, right? Check this out. I did see that. Jerome, you hit it right. If you are watching on YouTube, which is now the undisputed champion of the Maze Jackson Show, please like the broadcast. Please like, thumbs up it, and then go back and comment in the comments. I got to start putting all them little things in there that tell people what to do on the YouTube stuff. But for y'all YouTubers, can y'all like it and, get me trending and all that good stuff and be like, yo, and share and, do all that stuff. I'm going to go read the YouTube page thing so I can tell y'all how to say it, all the stuff. But YouTube is YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, YouTube rules the world right now. I mean, I feel you, Facebook, but like YouTube, like the people's be like, oh, and see what we did was we gave the YouTube a little spice. We gave YouTube a little spice. Right? Shout out to Jerome. Thank you, dog. I appreciate you. Be here for me on Saturday. Meet me at TP on Saturdays at 10 a.m. That's what I need from y'all, man. We got to build this thing. Like, y'all, I don't understand how to tell y'all. Do y'all ever, like, right now, everybody's draws are on the ground, and it's like, Riis, it is like, I don't even know how to explain this for everybody, but like right now, if we had an army, we could take over the whole entire political world. Do y'all understand this? Do you? Okay, I'm going to save this till 7 o'clock because I'm getting a little sideways. I feel like one of these days, I'm going to just take the show off, or for an hour, I'm going to leave early, and I want to play Poli-Sci 101. And I want y'all to see the history, because this is we are like right now living in a moment that I don't think that we get. And everything is up for grabs, and nobody on our side is really grabbing. It's like we watching. Riis, I don't know how to make people understand. Yeah, I just need for y'all to tune in at 7 o'clock. I don't even think it's going to be so much the down, dirty, gritty details that you want to hear on this case. But I think when you think about it in perspective of where we are in Chicago, and how far we've changed in just 10 short years, 12, 15 short years. Like, I mean, if you think about 15 years ago, it was unimaginable that Chicago could ever be without a Daley. To now, there is nobody even really in the pipeline. And I would argue that a significant portion of Chicagoans who came here in the last 15 years really don't even understand the symbolism of what happened yesterday. I know that sounds crazy to y'all, but it's just, you just gotta. All right. Riis, did you see the mayor is not lifting the mask mandates? She said she ain't got an election this year. She can wait. Excuse me. JB got to end these mask mandates at the end of the month because he got to win the rest of the state, right? He like, everywhere he go right now, Richard Irvin, hey, I told you we're going to talk about your boy got $20 million, Riis. Riis, do not go cheap. If I find you working, now look, Riis, I tried to put you on. Don't forget the little people. Now, I'm also going to tell you, give me, if I know Pookie going to have you out there. Man, I'm telling you, Riis, I got to tell you the rates. You got to.
Going up?
Not on our side.
Oh.
Not on my side. But, Riis, I know Pookie trying to get you the hookup. So I'm going to tell you, you got to charge.
Set that up, Pookie.
Man, but you got to charge. He got $20 million to start. Riis, it ain't nothing left with $20 million. I'm just telling you now. It used to be you could win the whole election for the whole year for $10 million. Then the billionaires got in. Now Mug need 20. Dog, he gave him $20 million, and that's less than 1 penny to him. Riis, do not go cheap.
Oh man, what you mean?
Riis, Riis.
Black man.
You know black people. Riis. Black people be like, hey man, if black people think if you make $120,000, they pay $120,000. That's more than you ever seen in your life, and most people you know seen in their life. So guess what? You going?
They going, especially.
But when you know you could, when I tell you they paying somebody $5 for the same job.
Oh man.
Right, Riis. Hey Riis, I've been in the places. These people drink $10,000 bottles of wine like it's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, like a 40 easy.
Or they be like to my homies.
My dead homies.
I'll be like, is that per ounce?
To my locked up politicians. To the ones that got caught.
Oh, Riis, you bogus, man. All right, so man, Riis, can you imagine though? Can you imagine, black man, when you open your account and it's got $20 million in it? Riis, can you imagine going to bed and waking up and and you reading the paper, somebody just put 20 mil in your account?
Is it Groundhog Day? I just want to keep reading.
Well, it is. Well, that's just he said. That's just the start. Remember, they said JB put 90 million in his own though, but they was like, but you
like somebody else throw that in.
And Riis, it's like with 20 and 90, with $20 million in 3 months, you can't even spend it. Well, you can't spend it all, and they plan to. So that's why I'm telling you, Riis, don't you tell Pookie, you do not want to go to the black people cheap meat.
I'm gonna get Irvin in here too, man. I'm gonna get him in here, man.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna defend himself, man. Listen,
I'm gonna get that. Yeah, that's that slave commercial, man. I'm telling you now. So you better tell him. Don't Hey, dog. You got to tell me who came up with the slavery joint. Who was it? I want to see. Bring the producer with you.
He gonna definitely ask her.
You think I'm not? I would not. This would not be the Lion's Den if we do not ask him about the slavery commercial, Riis. Are you dead serious? Are you how you be saying? Are you playing with me? Are you playing with me? You think he could come in here and not answer the question about the slavery commercial? Like, was those slaves happy? Just tell me, were they happy?
Running in the field, free,
baby. It was the trees, because he was running, because mama was in the back room. She said, now when master come, you going to hear me making all type of, and you going to hear mama screaming, but baby, you just run. You just run. Mom, why does he come here every night? Baby, don't you just run, and one day you'll be free too.
Slaves look happy. It was right after Juneteenth in 65, man. You ain't see how they was on that porch.
Juneteenth, they wasn't, see, I'm telling you, Riis. Okay, there it is. Y'all see. They go, y'all. See, that's exactly how. And they probably told him that too. Dog, these slaves are the happy ones. These slaves were treated, Richard, your ancestors were treated well.
This was June 20th, Richard.
He said they were still slaves. I mean, man, do they have any documents on the owner?
Can't ask. You said you asking though.
I'm asking. I'm asking. Since you want to go to lineage, I want the lineage. What plantation was they on? Who is your great
Candyland?
Candyland. All right. Okay. All right. I got you. Yeah, I'm just telling you. So y'all don't be coming in here and talk about Maze, you bogus. I'm telling you now. Y'all know he's going to have to answer about the slaves. Were the slaves happy? Was your uncle? No, he started out as a slave. That uncle grew up. Was your great grandpappy a happy slave?
In due time, he got freed.
Mm-hmm. He was happy later.
He built his legacy brick by brick. Come on, man.
What happened to your daddy?
You getting personal?
Hey man, you put it in the commercial. You put it in the commercial. You put my daddy was a deadbeat. So when's the last time you seen him?
Ain't got that. This is politics.
Bro, he said it in the commercial. You put it on the white people was like, now tell us about the part where your dad never came and picked you up. Tell us about that part. All right. And you made it too. So you see all these little hooligans running around?
They can do it too. Huh?
They can do it. Look, I'm telling you, the white people gonna eat it up, Joe. Joe, the prejudiced white people want to not be prejudiced. And so if you could be in the room and act like when they talking to you that they not prejudiced, no. Come on, man. These dudes, Riis. They gave him $20 million to start. Now, I'm telling you, the consultants took like 5% of that out. They took like 10 to 20% of that off the top. So they took $4 million. Plus, then they're going to control the ad. They're going to control the ad buys, which is going to be another $10 million. So they'll make 15% off the ad buys. I'm telling you, see how they created their own ecosystem? And Riis, you know what we going to be doing? I don't even know.
Voting for him?
Riis, he has got to answer the slave question for me first. Before I could even have a discussion. Like Riis, I'm telling you, when you sit down and be like, hello, Mr. Irvin, it's great to have you here. But before we even get started on this governor's race, I saw your campaigning. And really, you think I ain't? I'm going to be like, turn to the screen. And I'm going to put a camera on him.
So his reaction.
So it's going to be like a camera focused on him. It's going to be, you know how I'm going to have a 3-camera shot. It's going to be the slavery commercial on big screen, and I'm going to have it looped. Right? Then I'm going to have a camera directly on his face. And then it's going to be me looking like, you know how that meme be like, I'm going to be, and then I'm going to have it looped the whole time.
As he telling the story.
As he telling us the story. And then if at the end he tells me that them slaves was happy, Riis, then I'm going to ask him what plantation. And if he say Mr. Charlie was good to him, I'm going to be like, why you so light-skinned, man? I'll be like, look, man, I'm gonna do one of these. All right now.
The paper bag.
Nah, the paper black, the maize black test. Like if you maize black, you know, your granny was a fighter. Your great granny was a fighter. You start getting shades lighter. You got about 3 shades on me. Cause I'm kind of black. I'm kind of dark. Now, I used to think I was blue-black. I'm not blue-black. I'm like brown-black. But Riis, you get about 3 shades lighter than this. Granny wasn't such a fighter. No shade. I'm just telling you. So I want to know, how good was the slave master? Tell me, Mr. Irvin, because until I get Riis, he opened with slavery. He opened. Do you understand the white people was like, the good old days?
You be asking him what he going to do with that $20 million that he just got. You know.
That's what see, you got to set him up for that, though. Like, he got to feel some like, you going to know, though. If he start defending the slavery, then you know you ain't dog, you better take what you.
I want you that $20 million is in for the black people. You know,
so you know what? Let's say this.
Being from Aurora, you know, you got to see like how your
That's what's in Aurora, bro. Real talk. Real talk.
You know, they like ask him like, since he's from Aurora, like, how's he gonna treat it like Chicago? It's Aurora, his main interest. You know how we just gotta just like pick his brain, man.
I am.
And then you hit him with this leg.
No. Imagine the whole. It's gonna be the entourage because they're gonna take all the. First of all, he ain't coming in. I just thought about it. He will not come in here because of the Black Panther.
He don't sit behind the hearts in the saxophone.
He won't come in here. Back the blue up. Well, John Catanzara came. Yeah, but I think he'll be like, yo, bro. Because somebody going to take a picture and be like Like, he got to do it in the general. He can't do it in the primary because then the other Republicans going to be like, he went in that room with the Black Panther militant Mace Jackson, who's...
You can just say, I got to go appeal to the black people. It's okay.
Not those black people. Richard, you're not like them.
Okay.
You're not. I'm telling you, when them white folks first saw that, they were like,
so now we're going to ask JB.
Man, what happened to the cannabis? Explain to me. Dog, you came here last year. You sat in those chairs. I'm going to bring those chairs from out there in here. I'm going to be like, you sat in this chair right here and told us that we was... And I'm going to cut to him playing the video, promising us what... I'm going to play all his promises back. I'm going to play back the uncomfortable Negroes or whatever it is. I'm playing it all back. I'm going to play everything back. When he said, Maze, I just wasn't at my best. You caught me at my worst self. Right? I'm going to be like, because, man, right? Then I'm going to call Rod. Rod Blagojevich up here. Rod going to be like, and now, remember like on them, this is your life, right? And then it'd be like, hey, JB, I got this thing, and it's effing golden, right? Right? I'm just telling you. Riis, we could have like you think about it. We had the best. Look, what if we had J.V. Pritzker and Richard Irvin in a debate moderated by Rod Blagojevich?
People to watch
that would be epic.
People to watch that right there.
But neither one of them would come.
Oh, for sure.
But dog, like, man, I'm gonna get Rod on here. We're gonna call for a gubernatorial debate. Richard
Irvin gonna come on here though, man. I believe it, man.
Hey, man,
come in and talk to the black people, man, because this the only outlet for the black people.
He gonna go. They getting ready to go buy They gonna go buy the other station. They probably just gonna buy it. They just gonna give him straight $2 million. Be like, give us the whole thing.
Say. This is what you say every day. Here's the Monday through Tuesday slip.
Riis, it's go $20 million. Let me tell you.
Say whatever you want me to say,
bro. Dude, come through here with that quick $5 million. And slavery was not that bad.
Slaves did look a lot.
They did look like they was happy. It was like the song of the South.
Right. You said it was June 20th, right? They was free. They already know about Juneteenth.
They knew it was on the horizon. They looked off into and when he was running towards his freedom. Right? And actually, his mother was consoling him, saying that if only you just work hard and stay focused, right? I'll spend that whole bad boy.
See, and that's what I told you, man. And we can be bought. We can be bought.
See, Riis, I said y'all got me for 6 more months.
We can be bought.
Y'all got me for 6 months. Y'all black people don't be black in 6 months with this whole world crumbling and we can take over and y'all gonna just give it away? Oh, yeah. I'm not finna be. Y'all ain't finna have me go down with the ship. I'm not going down with the ship. Y'all be like, go down with the ship as y'all be opening up man, please. It's the Mace Jackson Show. 6 months, Riis. If these black people don't take advantage of this next 6 months, I promise you, man, please. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:36 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. Head over to sports. The Chicago Bulls in action against the San Antonio Spurs last night at the UC. DeMar DeRozan facing his old team. Bulls down 6 entering the fourth quarter. DeMar DeRozan would score 19 of his 40 to help the Bulls win 120-109. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop and back will be 17 minutes, while on the Eden and Eisenhower in both directions will be 27 minutes. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 27 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 31 minutes, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 15 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 28 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 25. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Tuesday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Gotta say what's up to all the Saints. The Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. Riis, you should be recording that right now. We gotta get us so you did, because I could have got it. See, it's like when you put the mic on the light on me, I'd be like, wait! But it's like, what's up? I want to say what's up to all the Saints that are tuned in, WBGX 1570 AM. We appreciate you joining us every day from 6:30 to 8 o'clock AM every day. Now, check it out. The Sinners get here at 6 o'clock, and they got to stay a little late till 9. But they join us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. That's right. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 or 6:30 to 8, depending on who you're tuning in to. Now, got to say big shout out to Pastor Terrence Keys. This guy's going to turn it around. Hey, man, don't get famous and start getting me blocked, dog. And I'm just going to tell you that if this song blow, 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 I think we got to get some credit for it. I just got to tell you. I saw something that I was thinking would have been cool to do. They doing a Kanye watch party for 3 weeks in a row. That would have been dope to do at TP. Right? Be like, we, got the big screen. You set up popcorn movie, chill out, get your little, hey, it's all right though. Y'all ain't, I'm gonna tell you what, y'all are not ready for me this spring. I've decided, don't forget we got another live broadcast coming too. Riis, we're gonna do it on the weekend. We're gonna have us a live broadcast day. I think we might, what we should do? A live broadcast petition pickup marathon. Like, do it and be like, all right, everybody pick up their petitions. Come through. Get your petitions. You got 2 weeks to get as many as you can and bring to the party. And it's going to be a winning. It's going to be food. It's going to be drinks. It's going to be a weekend. Man, I think I might have to go on here and pull it. Shout out to Leah Charrier, who'll be here every day, grinding it out. DJ Riis, the Ruler. Shout out to Ruthie Mo. Shout out to my beautiful, lovely wife. President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District and future Cook County Assessor, Carrie K. Steele. Hey, Riis. I got a question, and I guess I found out the answer yesterday, but I did not know that it was okay to get grocery store flowers for Valentine's Day. I did not know that. I felt like.
Yeah, you go like Mariano's, and they don't need to be cheap though. Like if you go like Jules is like the cheapest, but like you can go like Mariano's and like other places, and they'll like cut them out. Like they had a whole like section in like Mariano's and Jules for flowers. So I
mean, I get them for like the for the table. But I did not think like I get them like for like when you want flowers in the house I like fresh flowers, right? So we'll get them occasionally in the summertime. But I did not know that you could get the Valentine's Day flowers from so can you get the Valentine's Day flower from the man on the side of the road?
See, I think them two different flowers, man.
I mean, if he give you a 12-pack of roses.
It probably came from the same way, but.
So does the packaging matter? Like, can it say Mariano's?
I don't know. And Mariano's, they don't even say it. It like come in like the little,
the nondescript box.
It just come like in like a, what I'm saying, like a regular dozen of roses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not fronting nobody. I tell y'all what.
You say, man, you was taking a private jet and going to go cut your flowers to carry, and flying back.
So no. So today, Riis, no. Here's the deal. I don't like Valentine's Day, but I try to do decent, right? So I yesterday went to go buy the food for my lunch, and I saw all the dudes coming out of Mariano's. I was going to get roast beef, and it was like a flower train, and I was like, "Dang, y'all get y'all flowers I'm not trying to be funny at all. Like, I thought you were supposed to go to a florist for Valentine's Day. Now, they do have a floral department. And I just was asking because I always thought that if you, right? Now, if I was going to buy flowers, I feel like flowers, I'm buying flowers just to put on the table. Right? I'm not necessarily buying flowers for the, you buy flowers in my estimation and you send them to work if you're going to do something like that. But anyway, I just didn't know. And then I just be like, the flower shop just be too much work for Valentine's Day, which apparently Mariano's is not. So I just did not know. And thank you for letting me know. So, babe, next year, shoot, I could have killed two birds with one stone. I could have got my lunch meat and your Valentine's Day gift all in the same place.
Got to be efficient, man. Yes.
Hey, man, let me tell you what. I will not. There it is. Grocery store flowers. I did not know. That's all. I'm not tripping. I'm not making fun of nobody. I just thought that, but y'all say it's the thought that counts. I thought it was the effort in the thought that counts. But I guess not. I'm cool. All right, Riis, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about that we did not talk about just yet. Did you see Chuy Garcia has decided to back Delia Ramirez over Gilbert Villegas after Gilbert Villegas, in his desire to support Chuy, chopped up the black people in the remap process, and now he got double-crossed by the people he was doing the work for? Crazy, right? I don't know if you all saw the story of Jesse Sharkey wrote a full-page article with front page. I think it's his beginning. Think it's his case for why he should be the mayor. Seems like if you pay attention, all of these people are doing these stories and these op-eds now as they begin to lay the foundation to become the mayor. And Jesse Sharkey made his on his relationship with y'all black ladies, black women. Shout out to the black women. Riis, are you watching the Olympics?
Not really, but it be on sometime, and then I'll be looking at it. But I never really got into the Winter Olympics, really.
You didn't get into the bum 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 bum.
Ironically, what's crazy is my favorite event to watch in the Winter Olympics is the little curling. I think if it's in it, you know what I'm talking about, when they push that little thing down and they be scraping the ice and stuff like that. That's curling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I don't know what it is.
I want to do that too.
I love
Maybe that could be one of the new things that we found to do, because I just be wondering what to do. But like, I'd be like, what the hell are they doing? I don't even know how you score it.
Me neither.
I don't know what you're supposed to do. I'm ready for them to make bags. I want to have like a bags tournament. Like, you remember we had bags at the at TP for the tailgate, and then then Sharon Ugochi drove.
Oh, was it?
Sharon, it was Sharon. Sharon drove over. She drove over our thing. It's broke. I was mad than a mug.
I didn't know who it was.
I want a custom one. Like, I want custom with like the super heavyweight. Like, I don't want the out the box. I want the doom doom. Then I want to pay, cause I whoop you. Reese, I think I beat you down in that game. I think I whooped you when we was playing bags that day. I think you was trying to. I think, who was you teamed up with, and then I had to whoop both of y'all. Was it you I whooped? I think I whooped you in bags too. All right. Did you see Sha'Carri? Sha'Carri is like, how come the Russian got to compete after she failed the drug test? Cause Russia is like, her team gave her the drugs. Right? Russia be like, take it all, and you will go compete when you go to the Olympics. Sha'Carri was smoking weed in the U.S. Now, I get what she's saying, but it's not the same. I mean, it's the same, but Russians encourage their athletes. And then finally, Reese, happy belated to Tyrone Muhammad. I don't know, I saw an alert, but I saw Greg Sherman gave him a shout-out for his birthday, and I think that was yesterday. So shout out to our homie Tyrone Muhammad, freedom fighter on the front lines all the time. And Ty, if you had a party and you ain't invite us, that's all right. Reese, if Ty had a party and he ain't invite us, you have permission. Oh, you probably scared to use the quick finger because he'd roll up here. Shout out to a friend of the show and always on the front line, leader of ECCSC, Tyrone Muhammad. Hey, brother, you have made a significant difference in the city since you have been back. Often they talk about rehabilitation. You have come home and decided to utilize your superpowers for the benefit of our community, and I think we're better for it. So I appreciate you, brother, for everything that you do, and happy belated birthday. All right, and don't forget, I'm leaving early today. What song is that? 'Cause you've got your Tell your supervisor you're leaving early today. It's our anniversary. It ain't our anniversary. Anniversary. Victoria won't be no secret at the end of the day. It's our anniversary. Anniversary. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Reese, did you even know about Tony Tony Tone? Tony Tony Tone?
Of course, man. They had
You did. All I want to
the
say,
CD
my
was
day,
orange.
my darling.
y'all remember all
Today's
that,
a
man.
special day we call our own.
Yeah, man. I told you that's what I grew up into, like all the,
In your
you know what I'm saying, like the '90s, all the groups, you know. Yeah, Shy, all them.
For you. You know what Shy is? Shy. We can have Shy. Shy, I think they go for $3,500. We could do Shy, because you know the alphas, they cheap.
Yeah.
Ooh, the very first time that I saw your brown eyes, your lips said hello, and I said hi. Okay. I knew right then you were the one, 'cause I was caught up in physics. Okay, let me stop. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Everybody did that song in the talent show when that song came out. That was dope. And they did, yeah, man. I got to have a concert, man. We got to have a concert for the What's in It for the Black People Media, and then got to have a live band and make it happen. All right, y'all. Reese, go ahead and find it in there. And I'm ready, and when you're ready, just hit it.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Reese, the social media question of the day was generated by this morning's headline. All right, again, I'm going to tell y'all now, the phone lines will be open. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, I was looking at the news coverage of Patrick Daley Thompson. And I'm going to start at the end and go work my way back around into a big circle. But I don't know. I mean, I think that I've talked about this in pieces and parts. But I gotta say that watching what happened yesterday made it apparent to me that the complete paradigm that I built my political understanding around is almost completely destroyed. Let me shape this. I would tell you from the 90s, when I returned to Chicago, to the early, to the 2000, to about 2010, there was really only one way to succeed in Chicago politically, and it was the Daley way. I would tell you that they controlled, directly or indirectly, almost all of the paths to wealth, the legislated wealth in the city. And then they built an infrastructure through which you had to travel to success. And I honestly believe that even let's back up. During that reign, the path to wealth went through the Irish community. Does that make sense? It's funny because if you're watching Power Book 4 right now, they're trying to capture it. Right? Like they're trying to capture the generations of Irish power that existed in Chicago. But I would tell you that they're late. And I would also tell you that we then saw after the Daley dynasty, I would tell you that they had an infrastructure that still was woven under the city. Does it like most people in the pipeline were remember when dude came here and he talked about he was proud about the fact that he was brought into the game and he proudly wore Daley on his resume? I would tell you that our infrastructure, our power, through the black community, our look at power was through the lens of the Daley era because they had an infrastructure, and that was continued through Rahm Emanuel, who then removed the Irish from the key positions of money growth and transferred that to the Jewish community, which is why you saw the explosion of capital and you saw the explosion of building and New York coming to Chicago. But now I want to know who will emerge as the new power in Chicago. Riis, there was a time in my life when I could not imagine Chicago without the Daleys. Matter of fact, it was unimaginable, and I think that half of the black folks were still in shock through the Rahm Emanuel terms that the Daley legacy changed, that the Daley legacy went away. Now, for black folks, Rahm just picked up the Daley people and put them in the kitty. But who emerges now as the new power base in Chicago that you must go through to be successful or to get what you want? Is that question making sense? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. This used to be an Irish city. Real talk. I think it remained an Irish city. But it is coming apart. The things that made it powerful are no longer in existence or are rapidly declining. When you think about the dynasty, so you think about Madigan had Springfield and had the state, and Daley had the city. All of the wealth in our last 20 to 30 years even has had to go through the hands of the Irish community. They took theirs off the top. Now who? And when Daley went away, Madigan then assumed the position of the most power, and there was a power-sharing détente where Rahm gave pretty much Madigan whatever he wanted in the spaces that he wanted as long as it wasn't the finance. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Who will emerge as the new power in Chicago? I think the clock on the Irish just went up. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Don't get me twisted. They still have institutional power through construction and through trades and through unions. But where will the political power come from now? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back from this break, we are going to talk about that. We're going to put it in perspective. Plus, then we're going to talk about Alderman Patrick Daley Thompson and his, I guess, conviction yesterday. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve wrong. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forwards, about who not. Just green light all the black economy, then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really want to save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divide and fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' hate the people.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I thought last week was my last week too, but I think I looked at the original paper and I signed for the big day. Now, if I go in there today and I found out, how about we? Anyway, Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, before we went to break, I started the conversation, and I think we're going to end the conversation in the place that we started. Let me put the phone numbers up. I want to welcome everybody who is tuned in. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. All right. So, can I frame this story, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to tell the story, and where I would ordinarily be brutally aggressive on a story, I am probably not going to be as brutally aggressive. As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about it in a less than hostile manner. Both my wife and I watched yesterday. I got the alert on my phone yesterday while we were here in our office from the Chicago Tribune letting us know that 11th Ward Alderman Patrick Daley Thompson had been found guilty on all charges in his tax, I would say, evasion case. I would tell you that both of us had reactions of sadness, and I'm sure floods of memories of the of our relationship. For those of you that don't know, I worked on Patrick Daley Thompson's campaign for Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, his first foray into politics. As a matter of fact, because at some point, somebody's going to go pull it up. You can go on my Facebook, brought him the Chosen Few, but actually really worked to help him get votes south of Bridgeport. Told you what I did in the past, so I don't want that to be a secret. At the end of the campaign, while I did not get a job or contracts from from Commissioner Thompson, we remained in contact and always good friends. This is, again, during the time when the path went through having a relationship with the Daleys. But that was neither here nor there, although I will tell you that, well, let me back up. I had known Patrick from before because when I was campaign manager for Lona Lane in the 18th Ward, the race that I was in got knocked off the ballot. Well, got out before I got knocked off the ballot and then became the campaign manager, is how I met Double J. And in that process, as we were going to win the campaign, I started to recognize that there were a lot more political resources in the world that I just was not in tune to. And one Saturday morning, in walks this round, pretty white Irish guy with a paperboy. If you know what that Irish paperboy had on, and he had on a shirt that said the Hamburg Association or Club, one of the two. And being a student of Chicago history, I was like, wait, homie, what's up with that? And I'm not going to say he didn't know or didn't know, but I think it was for those of you who know, he had on a Hamburg Association jacket, and so I was definitely looking at him side-eye until he and his guys went into the neighborhoods that we did not have relationships in and got those white folks to vote. And that's part of when I learned, hey, man, you know, when you're building a political coalition, you it's a game of addition, not subtraction. Anyway, so we had a very positive relationship, and he was helpful when the whole city turned against us. He was pretty helpful in helping us win that election. So we had a good relationship, and then Double J asked me to help on his campaign. I helped on his campaign. Be honest with you, I had an ulterior motive. He and Kerry were slated in the same race, and I really was trying to get next to Kerry. And so if y'all remember, Marshall Grant, MG Grant, who's on this, who's probably in the den right now, was my right-hand man, one of my right-hand political mans. And so I was like, look, we can ready to help this white guy, but really I'm trying to get next to Kerry. And so I'd be like, Marshall, I'd be helping Patrick. I'd be like, but you make sure you get Kerry as much as you can. And they ran together during that cycle. It's funny because he actually brought Kerry to the Hamburg Association. Kerry didn't know what it was. I was like, you went? She's like, I didn't know. Anyway, Patrick, his family, his wife, kids, you know, our kids saw each other on the campaign trail all the time, basketball, school. We kept up, but yeah, happy to see his kids grow up, etc. So I got to tell you that this was not a pleasant thing that happened yesterday. But yesterday, Patrick was convicted of tax evasion on all accounts after about a week-long after a week-long trial. He was convicted of 7 counts of, I believe, tax evasion, in some shape or form. Riis, some people are suggesting that Alderman Thompson was convicted because of his last name, or his middle last name, because he was a Daley. For perspective, Riis, he was convicted on for $15,000 something, almost $16,000 in tax evasion over 5 years. For, I believe, $16,000. And Riis, it was for over. So Riis, I was thinking about this situation. Oh, and they were saying that he took tax exemptions, but the other part was how this all came about. Riis was because the Washington Mutual Bank, the president of the bank, John Gambara, killed himself at the home of one of the bank's board members. So apparently he went to a board member's house, locked himself in a room, and then killed himself. This bank was under federal investigation for giving out unsecured loans as well as free loans, or loans that were not to be paid back, to a variety of figures. And in that list of names that they were giving these loans to was the name of Patrick Daley Thompson. Now, Riis, today I read Mark Brown, and Mark Brown said that while the case may have seemed petty, Alderman Thompson should have known that he shouldn't be mixed up in a bank like this. Now, Riis, apparently he got about a little under $300,000 in loans, of which he never paid back, and then claimed tax deductions on the money that he didn't pay back for the houses. His defense, Riis, was that he was so busy and so unorganized that he didn't realize that he had done it. And it's kind of, I feel like it was almost like let them eat cake. Right? Like, now, for perspective, this $15,000, he paid approximately $800,000 in taxes over this time, and he missed the 15 on the deductions. But the federal government, in my estimation, Riis, decided that they were going to make an example. But here you got this shady bank, or this bank that is Riis, you ever know somebody to go to somebody else's house and kill themselves? Like, the bank president went to somebody else's house, killed himself when the Fed started investigating the banks, because all the people were getting, all of these people were getting money with they didn't have to pay it back. And so the feds found out and started an investigation. And in this process, he kills himself at one of the people whose house he's borrowed money from. Now, I'm going to tell you, that in and of itself creates intrigue. Because, Riis, I don't know that there's anybody that believes that it just went that way. Now, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that 20 years ago, I would have thought this would have been impossible. That it could possibly be that a member of the Daley family would be convicted, and much less convicted of something like this. Riis, callers, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Never in my life would I have ever imagined. So he had to resign immediately. Like, upon being convicted, he had to resign his position immediately. And now it makes me think, in this remap fight, will the 11th ward now become an Asian ward? Will Mayor Lightfoot use this as an opportunity to put a spike in the Daley family legacy and take their home ward away from them, and thus wiping them off of the political map? I don't know that there's ever been a time when Chicago's been, when I haven't thought that the Daleys were all powerful in Chicago. What does this mean? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Was this a big deal? Did they go after Alderman Thompson because he was a Daley? Was it a certain level of privilege that came with that, give us a call. 872-259-7474. And then I want to know, is the Daley dynasty in Chicago over? Like, Riis, how much did the Daleys mean to you? And I don't mean it like, I mean, like, how much of Mayor Daley do you remember?
To be honest, it's weird because, like, from birth to, you know, like, mom was like my 20s or something almost, he was the mayor. You know, it was, like, weird, you know. So it's kind of like if, what's his name, Jesse White was to, you know, not be the secretary.
Which he ain't getting ready to be.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, it's weird, though, you know. So it's like, you know, I was like, whoa. So I thought in my life growing up, like you said, I thought that it was Daley. You have a son, and then I'm going to stand that, and then you another Daley. And, you know, like they meant like power in Chicago. Like even as a young kid, I understood that the Daleys held this certain power in Chicago. And so to see this, you know, like about 20 years ago, I'd be like, never, you know. I'd have been
exactly.
Like, you know, they can. I was like, he's a Daley. Like,
like I feel like the state's attorney, they would have had the U.S. attorney.
Yeah, right.
Like the U.S., like everybody. This is a deep one. Let's go to the live lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Is the Daley dynasty done in Chicago? Caller, are you there?
Yes, sir. Shalom.
That is Israel ready to tell us. Come on, Israel, give me your thoughts on this.
You sure you ready?
I'm ready. You about to join you about to get on the you about to join the you about to be on the DJ fan club too. Don't start, man. Don't be selling me out, Israel. We've been in this a long time. Don't be jumping ship to Riis, man. He trying to get on my fan club.
It's gonna be the DJ Riis show.
we gonna get Riis the Republican show.
No, I was going to say Trump Nation, but I'm going to say Richard Irvin Nation.
But Israel, you better tell him if the Richard Irvin train come, the prices done went up, Joe. I'm just telling you. I'm gonna tell you and Riis.
Yeah,
I can't get on, but I definitely will advise y'all on the prices.
No, right? We just need your advice. Hey, I'm come scoop you up at the work, Riis. We're gonna ride out to Aurora.
Let's go, bro.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Look, I just heard him say something about Jesse White. I'm gonna leave that alone. You heard that?
You on one this morning. Go ahead.
I got to be a political season. I'm back out of retirement, man.
I heard.
Boss, you ever? Yeah. Well, can you set up a meeting with the candidate for treasurer? Assessor's office? I would love to interview. Anyway, boss, have you ever heard? Thank you, sir. Because I've been talking to developers, seeing which way they leaning, and they that's another conversation. The book, The Boss. These days, have you read the book, The Boss?
Yep.
And Mark was the boss of the mob and the politics, from the street to the street. So, I'm going to just go religious. I'm not spiritual. The creator, the devil had 1,000 years to reign. It's over for him. We ever come together. It's in the Bible. You and my man Vince probably know the Bible better than me because of y'all parents. But Satan had 1,000 years to reign, and it was over for him. The Irish mob was just one of them. The Irish dudes. I'm talking tears and joking at the same time. But let's call it, man. I'm going to just sit down and listen. But yeah, it's over for Satan.
Oh.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom. I feel like there was a time when black people's path went through the Daleys. And I'm curious to know, is that dynasty over? No more callers? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, the path to black success, to middle classdom in Chicago, went through the Daley dynasty. I'm wondering now, will Mayor Lightfoot, because Riis, you know that now that Patrick is now no longer the mayor has, the alderman, the mayor has 60 days to appoint the new alderman. Now, why are you laughing, man? And you know she's going to appoint someone that's going to be loyal to vote to her. But my question is, do they break Bridgeport up? Do they turn it into an Asian ward? Can this be a chip that the Black Caucus uses to deal with the Latino caucus? Right? Because, really, you could then take Bridgeport, turn it into a Asian ward, satisfy the Asian requirement, and give the Asian ward that they were going to give to the Latinos, and boom, we're done. Is Chicago without a Daley in leadership, without a Daley in politics? Is that dynasty over?
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah. I told you, man, they really coming at these people like I told you that I thought was the other Jackson they was going to ask about. They try to find things about all these old ones that was in office a little crooked or something like that. So, unfortunately, when they going to bring, so I think they are trying to erase all the old leaderships and old politics and start to usher in like a new Chicago. And look, as you can see from our mayor now, a new Chicago.
So, where do we fit in this new Chicago? Goes back to my other space.
Suburbs.
Huh? Like, so do black people, see, I feel like black people were integral to maintaining Daley's power. I don't know, because I hear right now many Chicagoans saying that the city wouldn't be like this if it was Daley right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hold on. See? Now, so let me ask a question. Is Daley a good thing or a bad thing in the black community? Like, honestly. Because I feel like it's more, like, good or bad?
It could be a little bit of both. I think he was like good because he gave almost anybody an opportunity. You probably owed him, but he probably did, like give you opportunity. But it's like having that strict parent, like like you hate them, but then after they gone, you like, you know what, you could have had, like I understand it now. So like I think in the community, like for us, like he gave us opportunities, but like he said, like like that guy, he was like so proud, like like a Daley did this to me, like it was like rank, like he was like recognized.
Like it was order.
Yeah,
like I feel like at least in the day, like in the Daley era, you did have rank. Like you were ranked. You did have order. You did. Like now it's like a free fall, and you be like, who the hell is dude? Right. He don't even know no lit, and he calling it over everybody. He don't even know no lit. None.
And now they at his
He bought his spot.
Yep. So it was some structure in there, man.
Bad or good for Chicago?
Probably a little bit of both. Like I said, it was the good and the bad. It was the good and the bad because it was a structure, but it was structured. Like what I mean. Like like.
You might not. You need discipline.
I
don't want no discipline.
You probably need a little discipline. Like but okay. So yeah, I thought it was good and bad. It depends on what side of you was on too. So
would you rather? Well, that too.
Yes.
But really, it wasn't no sides. You was in out.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You was in or you was starting over.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Like politically, you was either with the team or you wasn't.
Yeah, you wanted to get nothing done in Chicago without being on the team.
Right. So most people got on the team. I don't think that I've ever heard anybody I never heard anybody tell me they voted for Daley, but he always got more votes every election than black people. Right? And I wonder, in the face of this, where do we fit? Like, I feel like, okay, this is going to sound crazy. You know, at least you knew you had a place. Like, if you would have talked to the Daleys, they'd be like, we had the best middle class in the whole entire country. We didn't have a bunch of rich Negroes, but we certainly had the best middle class. Them Negroes went to work, they had a job, and they was, right, and we was good for them. I don't know what we got right now. All right, y'all. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I want to continue this conversation, but I also want to know, is it over for the Irish in Chicago? Like, man, bro, I think Patrick Brutus, I think you called it. You now, Madigan, Cullerton, Daley, all gone. Right? Who is set to assume the power? I think when you look at what's happened with Patrick Daley Thompson, when you look at what's happened with Marty Quinn, who was the two successors in the Irish political dynasty, both now have charges or have been charged. Is it still the Green Team City? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. We're going to talk about it when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:34 a.m. and I'm Reach the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and a weather report. In sports, the Chicago Bulls in action against the San Antonio Spurs last night. Bulls down 6 at the UC entering the fourth quarter where DeMar DeRozan goes for 19 of his 40 to help the Bulls win 120-109. Let's move over to traffic on the Kennedy now. O'Hare to the Loop is 48 minutes outbound. To O'Hare will be 23. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to the Circle will be 44 minutes. Circle to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 47 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 30. On the Stevenson, it's 52 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan and 30 minutes outbound. While the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 39 minutes. 30 minutes to I-80. It is currently 19 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson will be 10 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 9. In today's weather, it is currently 25 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 25. I'm Reach the Ruler. Here's Valerie here on The Maze Jackson Show.
For sale, did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And while you're shopping anywhere, change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay this fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? And I look across the water, and I think of all the things, what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler in the building, and I'm just asking, is it the like the symbolic end of an era? Like in Chicago, to me, there's a longing for the nostalgia of, in certain circles, because I do believe that there are people who have always been Daley resistant, etc. But I feel like Chicago was sort of like a kingdom, their kingdom, that we were all figured out a way to exist in. And figured out a way to exist and thrive in, and depending on which way you went, right? I'm not saying that it was perfect, but at least you knew a path. There was a way. I think you saw a lot of black people in jobs. You also saw them planning and plotting for the future. I think when Rahm Emanuel came, he made the full-on pivot. I think the Daleys recognized that their success came from black people. They were betting on the future, but they stayed with the black people, right? I think when the choices were time to be made about power dynamics, we chose having a bunch of smart people as compared to feeding them most people. I think when I think there was a split, Riis, I think Daley had a black dude and he had a Latino dude. And he gave both of them the choices of how they chose to build their empires underneath him, right? The black dude chose to take all the 100,000 plus jobs. The Latino dude took all the streets and sand jobs and built a real army, right? The black dude built black dudes who was not getting their hands dirty because they was making over $100,000 a year. Does that make sense? And so we kind of chose our path, and our path was people choosing individual. If that makes sense. Like, they were like, man, we balling out, we doing our thing, they stunting, and then and it's like, I don't know that after that there was ever a path forward for black people. And because they had broken up our highway to success, we never built it back. So Rahm just assumed a broken system and continued to push power to the Latinos. And I think that deep down in our minds, somewhere, people probably thought that the Daleys would make a resurgence. Mayor Lightfoot was so bad that maybe it would be 2 terms and they might return to glory. I think they almost had it last mayoral election. But I gotta ask you, is it over for the Irish in Chicago as far as being the power brokers? You think about Patrick, I think, was in the council and always had the aura. I think that there was always a deference to him because he was a Daley, because you know how I feel like people strike fear in you when you a kid? And so don't nobody want to mess with him because they feel like the magical gorilla stick could come from nowhere. And I think that even this case was an example of the infrastructure that existed that we have no access to, that people fear, right? Riis, there's nowhere a black person could go in and get a $250,000 loan cash and don't even got to think about paying it back. Because we don't even have, but you know that for something like that to have happened, right, that bank probably got billions of dollars somewhere else that they control directing it there. And I'm not saying Patrick. I'm saying in general. Let's go to the lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I think that if you watch Poli-Sci, I would tell you that the Daily spent a lot of time busting up the black infrastructure, busting up black business, and moving us from independence to dependent. That's why we have social service millionaires. That's why most of our millionaires now are not made from black people. They are made from government contracts, so they were able to be controlled. And in that process, they broke up, just like Meigs Field, they broke up the path to black success, except that it go through one of their channels. Then you go to a Rahm Emanuel administration for 8 years that further breaks it up by destroying and shutting down the schools, and then pivots the power, starts the path to new Americans and immigrants. Carried on by Lori Lightfoot, who then doubles down on that commitment. And now as the Irish leave power, at least in the space of politics, they will be in the space of unions and business trying to control. But has the power in Chicago left the Irish community? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And has there been a path forward for black people that ain't militant activists since Daley's been gone? Give us a call. What you got on the live line, Riis? It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, what you got?
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning.
I think Patrick, this is Hope.
Hey, Hope is this, wait, Hope. Is this you in the YouTube too? That's Hope too? Hope, you firing it up. Hope, you firing it up in the YouTube. I'm like, woo, you got fire going on over here. Man, give us that same energy you got going in on the YouTube. Talk to me, man.
Well, the bottom line here is Patrick Daley is nothing more than a victim of circumstances here. The circumstances were the bank failures. When the bank failed, the feds were in there. They were looking at the loans first and foremost. And when you don't pay back a loan according to the terms, that's a red flag. That brought the house down. And then, oh, by the way, that bank had statements, financial statements that certified that things were okay by a CPA. Well, they knew that fraud was occurring. And when the feds got in there and they found out that this firm also was doing tax returns for people who had loans, hey, got you. That's a got you game. And consequently, Maze, that brought the house down there. The major witness against Patrick Daley was the managing partner of the CPA firm that certified the financial statements for the bank. Those were the circumstances. Had that not, Patrick Daley had not had that loan at that bank, he would have been scot-free. But he did.
So, Hope, let me ask you a question. Tell me, so I don't know that I've done a very good job of explaining exactly what the crime was. Tell me what the crime was. Why could he, you can't get money and not pay it back? Help me understand what the actual crime was.
The actual crime was he took out a loan. Okay. He took out a loan that he did not intend to pay. This happened to me on a case here in Chicago dealing with a major church that has extensive financial housing complex throughout the city. The pastor died. The son was running the show. The son took out a loan, a big loan from the church, and he didn't pay it back over a 10-year period. Well, when we took the case down to the Daley Center, alleging fraud by by the pastor's son against the housing development. They threw everything out except the fact that the son had not paid back, nor intended to pay back, the loan that he took from the bank. I mean, from the church. That's bank fraud. That's fraud. That's loan fraud. That's bank fraud. That's the issue here. It's not about the dailies. It's not about the mortgage deduction. That's what it was about. When you take out a loan and you don't make payment according to the terms, that talks about intent.
So, but the
That's
bank
the
didn't.
problem here.
But the bank didn't want the money, I thought.
Didn't want the money. It doesn't matter that they didn't want it. Don't forget, this is an FDIC insured bank. There are regulations that they must adhere to. They must get payments from customers for loans that are outstanding. Otherwise, it will collapse. And it did collapse.
So
this is far from over. This is far from over. There are many other players that are going down.
How does this, so Hope, how does this even happen? Like, how does a bank, like, I mean, I just know what it's like to go to a bank and ask for money. And I don't understand how they can just give you a check, like for $250,000. I don't understand that.
Well, let me give you a perspective you will understand it from. When blacks go to banks trying to get loans, do they get it? No, they get rejected. They get rejected not necessarily because they can't pay it back. They get rejected because the bank simply doesn't want to give you the money to make investments to profit. They want to do it to certain people. And that's what this bank was doing. They were using FDIC funds to give loans to their favorite customers that, didn't really have to pay back the loans. And that's why it collapsed. And by the way, the auditors that certified everything was correct when in fact it wasn't, they got more to pay. They've already paid a $2.5 million fine, but you best believe that managing partner that was the key witness against Patrick Daley is going to be a witness in other things, and he faces criminal charges. Look, the other thing that went against Patrick Daley here is the fact that he had his tax returns done by CPAs. When you have your tax returns done by CPAs, you are, in essence, working for a quasi-government official. CPAs are required to make sure that your deductions are appropriate, that you have the finance or the documents supporting whatever deductions you are doing. That's why they're CPAs. They're certified public accountants. They are there to represent that things are correct for the public. So this case is far from over. And the other thing that you have to know that's out there are many people that are walking around wearing wires. It has paid big dividends in Chicago and other cities for the FBI. Don't forget the FBI here in Chicago is now run by a black man.
All right, man. Dang, Hope.
So there's a changing of the guard here. And, hey, if there's another significant player in the politics here, it's the FBI. It's the federale. They have been here. They ain't going anywhere. It's changing the game for everybody. The blacks, the Hispanics, the Irish. It is far from over. Far from over. Thank you, Maze.
All right. Thank you, Hope. Hope is on fire today. Patrick said that ain't the case. Patrick said that the bank was controlled by the Bridgeport Mafia and they was giving out the loans. That's what Patrick said. I didn't say that. All right, go to the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Daily era, talk to me. Is it over? Was there a path forward, and is it over for the Irish in Chicago? Are they still the pathway to success?
Hey, Maze Ryan. Good morning.
Good morning. Ryan, what's we done woke him up this morning, boy. We got him fired up. We got the classic old school callers. What's up, Ryan?
Absolutely. look here. You know, it's in terms of Irish influence, even though he's not out of office yet, but he will be. You can throw Ed Burke's name in there too. When you mentioned that the Irish who've had influence, I thought the Daley's influence was pretty much diminished from Bill Daley. You mentioned when he ran for mayor and he couldn't win, and he really didn't get any much finance back. I thought at that point the Daley machine was pretty much done. I'm not ready to say that totally the Irish influence, maybe an elected office, maybe. You got to realize a lot of the judges and behind the scenes, the bureaucracy, the real shot callers, a lot of them are still Irish. So I'm separating out the Daleys from that Irish has been in power very, very, very long time. It's not going away right away. But you asked Riis a question about Daley. I'm 64 years old, and in my life under Daley, it's been absolutely horrible. Nothing good as far as I'm concerned. That phrase that was coined from Timothy Black, plantation politics. And you just pointed it out, that in terms of black businesses, they weren't thriving. You mentioned it. It was through the social services that they can control black people. Again, plantation politics. And under both Daleys, the slums, I mean, black people, yeah, you had a few, like you said, Mays, a few middle-class niggas, but black people survived in spite of Daley, not because of Daley. And then even on Daley, when he was under the state's attorney, that was when Burge, you know, what he was doing to black people. So as far as I'm concerned, there's the schools, anything that I can point to has been terrible under Daley. So I hope but the other Daley should have been in jail. The Hyatt truck scandal. The Hyatt truck scandal.
I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you what though. I feel like that's why I feel like this is almost impossible, right? Like I can't believe like that. I'm not gonna say, but they got away with everything. So I could see why dude wouldn't think that this would be nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? Because man, Charlie, Ryan, you right
all these dumb. Hey,
Ryan, when was it good for you?
About the nephew.
See, Ryan,
when was it good for me? Well, it was good for me in the 70s, but that's because it was all the clubs. A lot of other good stuff. Hey, man, there's a lot of good stuff for me, man. I'm just going to be I'm kind of glad I survived that, man. So one time I saw a lady, she knew when I was young. She said, "You still around?" I said, "Yeah." Hey, man, always a pleasure talking to you, buddy. I'll talk to you in a couple of days.
I appreciate you, Ryan. All right, let's go to the live line. Is the Irish dominance of Chicago over? Were the Daleys good or bad for black Chicago? I don't know. Riis said it's like having a disciplined parent. Caller, what you say? Hello, caller? Caller, save him, Riis. We'll go to the next call. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hey, what's happening?
What up, caller? Who's this and where you calling
from? All right. Keith from the far south side.
What's up, Keith?
And what I want to say is, you know, the white ethnics, they are in power now and they will continue to be in power. But I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about us. Too often it sounds like we get in the ring with Mike Tyson when he was young and we're scared to be there. Please make a fight of it. Come on now. I've never, ever depended on these people to make my fortune. You know what I'm saying? And if blacks think that's the only way they can make their fortune is bowing down at some white guy's foot, that's the problem right there. You know, we've got numbers, we've got power. Whether we choose to use our numbers, use our power, that's a different thing. I will let you know right now. Don't worry, one will show up.
Say that one more time. Say the last part one more time.
Sure. If you are looking for a king or a master, one will show up for you.
Oh, I heard that. That's true. That is true. And I don't think we got one in Calvary. I think that when you look at wealth and you know how it's regulated in this city, I just don't know what the path forward is for a lot of people. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Reese, you got anybody on the line? Call you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Good morning, Mace. How are you?
What's up, Anthony? How you feeling, man?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. Pretty old grandbaby you got there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Did you see her for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I seen that. I said, boy, she gonna work him like a job. But anyway, the thing with the Irish power, that what Daley just did, man, I almost predicted that because he's desperate now because he knows they're running out of sticks. They run, they don't have anything to fight with no more. They don't have the control of power in the city hall no more. And as for your mayor, she a it. Matter of fact, the only thing she can do about the 11th ward right now is grab one of them Asians up and put him in Daley's seat. Because anything else that she put a Hispanic or a black, and that ward has all that. The back of the area, I don't know if you're familiar with the area, but down to Inglewood almost is where I think, if I'm not mistaken, the ward runs. It runs on the other side of the expressway as well. It goes straight south. Matter of fact, it goes down to Inglewood. Anyway, if they pick a black or Hispanic, that's going to be, somebody that she's going to offend by naming them. So all she better do, because they got Asians in that ward, grab her one of them Asians to put there. And she already on the list to do not reelect.
Wait, what you mean she on the list? She finna be y'all mayor again. Y'all voting for the mayor. Y'all like it. Y'all like how
you know what?
Y'all like it.
Listen to me, Mays, listen to me good. I'm capable of making bad choices. And that was a bad choice I made, but I had some rotten options. Man once told me when you got rotten options, they usually lead to bad choice. You need to enhance your options. So that's what we need to be focusing on at this point is enhancing our options, getting us something better to do or a better choice. Because we didn't have a good choice going into that mayoral election last time when she got elected. Had 13 people running. Most of you didn't know nothing about, especially her.
Man, you
so
right.
We need to be focusing on our options at this point, man. And I'll get back with, but I when I seen that, because I was telling everybody, they got Daley for the same thing they got Trump for in New York. Lying on his taxes, getting loans and stuff like that. It's the same lick.
Hey, Anthony.
It's the same lick. If you sit the cases side by side, they're the same case.
Anthony, pause real quick. I want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who tunes in with us every day from 6:30 to 8 a.m. You can catch us on WBGX 15. You can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. We're going to keep this conversation going. Anthony, hey man, I think she
yes,
is.
Yes,
sir. So you not voting for
damn if she do, damn if she don't.
Yeah, so I think she's going to pick an Asian. I think she gets to. I think if I'm the mayor,
that's her least. That's her least offensive move.
And she gets to pick the
Asian. Gonna send somebody.
And then say she made history by selecting the first Asian American.
All that. But that's what she. If I were her, that's what I would do. Get under the table and pick me a name. All right, man. I'll holler at you later, bro.
I appreciate you, Anthony. A hibiscus tea. I cannot agree that Toni Preckwinkle was a better choice because we'd probably be having to reelect her too. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We asking, is the Daley dynasty over? Do we still got to go through the Irish community? And who's next? What's up, caller?
And then walk this way. You can't walk this way with all this stuff that was over.
Hello? Hey, caller.
Hello, it's me?
Yeah, it's you,
okay,
caller.
Hi. Sharon. Okay, so I'm similar to one of your callers. I'm not originally from Chicago. I'm from New York.
Clearly, we can tell. We can tell. I'm like callers from New York. I'm like from not around here. Peace, B. Yo, what's up, son? How you feeling, B? Yo, word up. Yo, word.
So I came here back in 91, 92.
And you still got this accent. You ain't got an accent.
Yes.
Your stuff that strong still since night. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna stop messing with you.
listen, when I go home, I don't sound like the other people. I don't. So I lost accent to them. But anyway, so Daley was in power or whatever, and so far he was doing good. They say he cleans up the town, and yes, our grounds get clean, all like that. But my thing is, I'm in social services, and I don't like the way Daley left things. See, to me, your legacy is when you're in power, true, but how you leave something. And it seems like, because I live 48th and Western, and his community is right next to mine. Back of the yard. So he poured a lot of money into housing. If you look in his area, all this new housing, new
y'all got a boat over there, a dock or something.
Yes, a lot of housing, new housing. He closed the projects and relocated the blacks and placed them and relocated them so far out, wherever he moved them to. And the housing that replaced the housing that was there is no longer low-income housing. It seems to be market rent, And then also I'm mad with him for leaving the parking the way he did. Why were we paying for parking in communities we never paid for? But that was part of something that he did, as far as I was told. And then I don't see where any real money has been put in our communities for development and that truly benefits us. So I say, get them out. I want them out. In other words, everybody has their time to reign. So we're gonna live my whole life and my children's life in the same aura. And I'm just hoping for something new and something better. Okay, that's what I would like to see. So if his neighborhood is no longer his neighborhood, ours ain't either. Okay, so it happens.
Dang,
and
sis, that was real New Yorker, you B. I want to say, sis, I appreciate you calling to all the New Yorkers that be listening to us. Yeah. I got John Blaze. What you ain't John Blaze, G?
30 years, it's strong.
It's still strong. Thank you for calling. That was funny. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We only got about 30 minutes left, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't wasn't part of that shit, and that there's terrorism.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Rule in the building. It is 8 o'clock. Got to bounce out of here in just a few minutes, so we're going to continue this conversation. $20 million, I also want to know, Mayor, we got to get our Black History Moment fact in. Plus, we got to take the rest of the calls. Callers, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's kind of funny, though. Hold on. Caller, hold on 1 second. Hey, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all one more time. I'm honest. I don't go in the back door and change the rules and tell you, oh, it was this way, it was that way. I tell you what happened. And I feel like one of these days, we're going to spend a little less time trying to find the black problem. Sometimes I feel like you look to find the reasons we cannot work together. It's amazing to me. That's why you got 6 more months, right? You got 6 more months, and then I'm gonna let y'all have it. Do your thing. Run around, be mad at each other. Find more beef with black folks than you can with the same people that's kicking your ass, even as you watch the whole entire dynasty and everything that we knew coming up is being torn down around you, and you still tearing your own stuff down. Figure out how you can get together with somebody. I sure hope that in 6 months you can. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the caller. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Teddy Gilmore. How you doing?
Oh, what's up, Ted? Man, you know what? I blew that. Go ahead. Well, I'll let you. Hey, this is Teddy Gilmore, y'all. We were supposed to talk to him about Nipsey's. Alvin Ryder came on last week telling us about Nipsey's. Riis, we was talking about what was going on last week. Teddy, I know that Africa reached out to you, and you were supposed to hit me up, and we were supposed to do this yesterday. I completely spaced on it. So, hey, y'all, live on the line, we have with us Teddy Gilmore. You may have known him as the founder of ClubNet. I would call him one of the originators of entertainment on a large scale here in Chicago. I tell you, he did things that people are still imitating to this day. A purveyor of Chicago nightlife, whether it was on the west side, whether it was in Greektown, and now Nipsey's, which you've opened on 90-something and Stony Island. Tell me what's going on. 92nd and Stony Island. It's the old Leona's location, right down the street from all the other clubs. So, Teddy, talk to us what's going on. Alvin came on and said that last week he told us that the city had worked with you and that the alderman had worked with you to open up, had helped you work with the building department, and also had said that they even helped get a neighborhood opportunity fund grant to help open the business. And now they are being slammed. Talk to me, what's different? What am I missing? What don't we know? The platform is yours.
Well, first you have to kind of go back to when we actually started, and that was actually 2018, believe it or not. And when we started, Alderman Michelle Harris, came to the restaurant that I had downtown and sat down and actually asked us to come here. Now, we have to remember what 92nd and Stony is today. 92nd and Stony today doesn't look like it did 15, 20 years ago when Tropical Huddle Leona's first opened. It's a little different going on there. They did help us get a neighborhood opportunity fund grant, which was great. We also were promised a PPA license. For people that's listening that don't know what a PPA license is, it's called a public place of amusement. And that allows you to do live music, gospel choirs, anything speaking, rental. And so this was promised. Other than that, I would never come to 92nd Stone. It doesn't even make sense to go there. And when I say promise, I have it in writing, and I have a signed letter of support from Michelle Harris that says that she's going to do this. As we started to, move on, COVID interrupted a lot of things. But something happened down the street at the dating game, which, we weren't open. And it was a tragedy that happened there. And from that point on, Michelle Harris didn't take my calls anymore. Never again. I never. And when I say we have calls, we were texting each other and saying how great it was going to be and so on and so on. And so as we start to, put this thing together, we're asking her for the letter, that she needed. She sent it to us. And we had to go in front of zoning. Mr. Ryder came running down there with a letter that looked identical to mine with two words changed that we do not support. Now, that was a shock to me because we had already put, several hundred thousands of dollars into this project. And for those who don't know, when you get a neighborhood opportunity fund grant, it's not like they just give you the money. You have to match that with 33% of the money. And so Nipsey's is a $1.5 million project, just so we're clear. And as we started to put this thing together, we didn't understand why he was saying that. And we're in the middle of a pandemic. We still, 10 straight weeks, I went to Michelle Harris's office to speak to her. And so, there was a refusal. We didn't get any type of response from her. We opened in the middle of a pandemic. We had grab and go and so on. Now, sure, people were anxious to come out once the restrictions were lifted. And we started having people come in for dinner. And it has a lounge on it. It also has a stage inside of it. And I just want to make it clear that everything I'm telling you was also approved in the neighborhood opportunity fund. Remember last week he said we got them that neighborhood opportunity fund. Well, he also saw the plan for this for the lounge and the stage too. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they did that part out, that they were very aware of what was going on here. And so as we start to do this, people are coming. We only have 42 parking spaces that are available. So people do park in the neighborhood that come into the event. I was told that I needed to make my restaurant lounge only available for people that are 45 and older. I pushed back on that. I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I don't feel that's a target market for what we had going on. As we continue to go, people are coming, and it's been made out to be like it's just craziness going on over there. That's not true. It's just not true. He said, we had 300 police calls. People don't realize that we're surrounded by 2 motels that have prostitution. And homelessness is bad. Required by the city of Chicago, if I have to call the police on any problems I have on myself. I have to do that. He's not telling you that majority of the police calls are made by Nipsey. If I don't call, that's the immediate revocation of our license. So managers are trained to call. When I got homeless people or prostitutes walking through trying to see if the door's open to take change out the car, I have to call the police. Now, we're not talking about that. You see what I'm saying? That we're the ones calling the police, not the neighborhood. And so as we start to go down this path, the actual date of the biggest issue is Lollapalooza. And I heard him say this too. And I want to ask, I'm curious to your opinion on this. He said it was Lollapalooza weekend that they all came out here. And it was, when I say it was a big task force, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It was like 60 plus police stars. Alvin Ryder was out there raising his voice, doing all this. And the alderman was on the other block. And I heard him mention this last week. The alderman, dressed in plain clothes, nobody knows who she is, tell somebody, hey, you can't park there. And the girl she told that to got buck with her. Who is she? You're not even dressed in police. Nobody would know who she was. Now, why that's messed up, but, come on. Who's going to do that? That's like somebody coming up telling you, hey, man, you can't park here, or you can't do this, and you don't know who that person is. You're like, why are you even talking to me? And so we have to have a little more context in this and what's going on. So they raided me. Alvin Ryder's in front of our restaurant arguing with Chicago police officers. The Chicago police officers, he's telling me that I need to be the one to secure the block, one block over. And Chicago police officers are like, no, he doesn't. That's not his job. His job stops right here at this driveway. And, you have people that have been in the neighborhood for a while, and they were actually saying, hey, we used to come here. We know it used to be parties here. Why are you making this out to be a big deal? And every inspector that has come, and I've been inspected at least 30 plus times, they've always said, hey, you need to have a conversation with your alderman. Also, remember last week when he was on here, he said, we don't have anything to do with it. It's just the business affairs. Well, I mean, Alderman Michelle Harris is, I think, the second most powerful alderman in the city of Chicago. So it's kind of clear what's going on here, and for us to be made out to be like, this is just randomly happening, it's kind of crazy. We're not doing something that's so egregious, and people are just, they would have you think that we were just, it was fights every day. He actually said it was brawls. Like, brawl is like 20 plus people just fighting. It's just not true, man. And it's just not true. And the fact that we are put in a position right now where we have to defend ourselves, Alvin would have had you think that we were closed. They put out this hearing thinking that we were being closed. And it hurt our business. I have to be honest with you. It definitely hurt our business. And, trying to go back and forth with them, I've done everything I possibly can to secure. I have to have 8 armed security guards on staff right now. And that's not to protect the people on the inside. That's to protect the outside, from coming into the inside. And it's a lot of, it's a challenge. And for me to sit back and see your work just kind of, misled is, it's hard to swallow. And so in response to us having, all these issues when they raided us, me and my wife decided to walk the neighborhood and find out what was going on. Because up until this point, Mr. Ryder had known maybe a month or two beforehand that there was issues on Harper. He failed to mention that to us. never a phone call. He has my number, and the alderman has my number, personal number at that. So as we're starting this whole journey and talking to people, people are like, yeah, we told the alderman, we didn't know you guys were the owners, and we're talking to everyone. We're trying to organize and see what we can do to fix the problem. That was the issue. We wanted to fix whatever problem. Why would we want to come over here? I grew up on 92nd and East End. Why would I want to come to the neighborhood and cause this big issue or make it into a situation where people don't want to come? So that part is just not true. So in response to that, we start meeting with the community and having, monthly meetings at the restaurant. And long and behold, we start to hear the same situations made from other business owners. They were promised things that didn't happen. She won't meet. They won't talk. Like, why? What's going on? And that's when we started to realize that this is a bigger problem. If I'm guilty of wanting to support my people, I have 99% African Americans working for my business, and I've been a staunch supporter of young African Americans coming out to enjoy themselves. If that's a big problem, then I'm guilty of that. I'm going to tell you I'm guilty. I didn't feel that the neighborhood would support the amount of money that it took to run this spot at 45 and 50-year-olds just coming out. I just didn't. And so as we tried to have a good balance with meeting to the neighborhood, we tried to cater to the, for lack of better words, older generation early on in the night and tried to do a little bit as we got a little bit later. We don't have DJs. We actually have a playlist because they said we couldn't have DJs. You need that PPA license to have a DJ. We had one time we did have a DJ one time.
Pause yes, 1 second. I got to do my Black History Minute. So don't hang up. Please put them on hold. Don't hang up. As soon as I do my Black History Month, I'm going to come back because what I need you to do is tell me what is the bigger problem. I want to understand what is it and why and what is the perception issue. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let me do this real quick. All right. It is the Black History Month. Is Black History Moment is brought to you by Black History Flashcards. This is flashcard number 15, Volume 1, Francis Cress Welsing, March 18th, 1935 to January 2nd, 2016. American-born Afrocentrist psychiatrist and author. Believed people of color needed to liberate themselves psychologically from white domination. In 1974, authored the Crest Theory of Color Confrontation and Racism, White Supremacy, that states people of color must gain a better understanding of the behavioral maneuverings of whites in order to avoid being manipulated into subordinated position. In 1991, wrote the ISIS Papers, Keys to the Colors, a collection of 25 essays examining the neuroses of white supremacy. Wrote about melanin theory, a claim that white people are genetically defective descendants of albino mutants. Felt white strive to maintain a superior social position and manipulate non-whites and themselves into thinking that they are a worldwide numerical majority instead of a minority. Now I'm gonna tell you that's some of that is the basis of multiculturalism that got us into our people of color thing. But that is Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, March 18th, 1935 to January 2nd, 2016, courtesy of Urban Intellectuals. All right, Riis, our Black History Flashcard number 22, Volume 1, James Baldwin. August 2nd, 1924 to December 1st, 1987. Novelist, essayist, playwright, poet, and African-American social critic. Explored palpable yet unspoken intricacies of racial, sexual, and class distinctions in Western societies, most notably in the mid-20th century America. Fictionalized fundamental personal questions and dilemmas amid complex social and psychological pressures, thwarting the equitable integration not only of black people but also gay and bisexual men while depicting some internalized obstacles to such individuals' quest for acceptance. Became a spokesman for the civil rights movement in the 1963. Published a long essay, The Fire Next Time, in which he predicted the outbursts of Negro anger to come. That is James Baldwin, August 2nd, 1924 through December 1, 1987. That is our Black History Fast Card. All right, let me do this, y'all. Lord have mercy, Jesus. This is getting on and popping and cracking. Let me do this, Riis. Here's what I'd like to do. Alvin, why don't you give us a call? 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. On the live line, we have Teddy Gilmore. I'm going to tell you, Teddy defined nightlife for my young adulthood. And I guess he is still defining nightlife and entertainment. Teddy is also currently the owner-operator of golly, dagnabbit, Nipsey's on 92nd. Nipsey's on 92nd and Stony Island. Last week, Alvin Ryder, Chief of Staff of Alderman Michelle Harris, came in and told us that Nipsey's has become one of the biggest nuisances in the neighborhood, etc. Now, check this out. So, hold on. So now I got Teddy Gilmore is called in, and now I have Alvin Ryder. Now, let me back up. Hold on. I don't want this to be an ambush. I want to make sure that everybody is cool. Like, I did not call to turn this into a big fight. I don't want to turn it into name calling. What I want to do is figure out how do we get some resolution. Teddy, I'm going to bring Alvin into this conversation so that we can kind of, and I'm going to ask you all to be civil in the conversation. Riis, bring them both in. All right. So, Teddy Gilmore, are you still here?
I'm still here, man.
All right. Alvin Ryder, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm here, sir.
So, Alvin, and I'm not, sir, that's my dad. Now, let me say this.
I know. Sorry.
I don't have a horse in this race. Let me back up. I don't have a horse in the race. Obviously, I do politics. Obviously, I have been a supporter of Teddy Gilmore over the years and the events that he has. Teddy has a nightlife venue that caters to under 45, I would say probably 25 and up, that Alvin, last week you came on and said was a nuisance to the community, and it was brawls and it was fights and it was all types of stuff. And there seems to be a misconception or a misunderstanding that I'd like to get our audience to hear. But before we move, Teddy, you said there's a bigger problem. And if you could tell me what that bigger problem is in general, as it relates to Nipsey's, I want to understand. And I want to be clear that I do believe that we got to find some place for our young people to kick it. Like, we can't go downtown. We can't, well, not we, because I ain't young anymore. So let me go to you, Teddy, and tell us, what do you see as the bigger problem?
Well, I think the bigger problem that we have is the lack of communication that we've been able to have with the leaders in this particular community. I mean, Alvin was aware of issues that were happening with this, but yet failed to share them with us upon, us having, he has my number. So for me to have to I walked the neighborhood to find out that he was been aware of this and all the different things that are going on. This is 92nd and Stony. To actually get people to actually come here and get people to come and, actually patronize our restaurant, it's not an easy task. And so instead of being willing to work with us, it's become more, it was so hard. I literally went to this alderman's office for 10 straight weeks trying to meet and see what we could do to bring some type of resolve to this. And it hasn't been able to happen.
Pause. Okay, stop. Okay, Teddy, I gave you, hold on, Teddy. So I'm going to say you're saying that the bigger problem is a lack of communication with the alderman's office. Alvin, last week you came on. Yeah, hold on. Because I got one question before I let you go. You told us that last week back up. Teddy told us that that there was an agreement in advance, and he had in writing that the ward would give him a PPA. Does that exist? Does that letter exist? Did that ever come out?
So that's the first part of it. But the process is you go to a hearing. She changed her mind because we pulled back based on all the things let me finish. Teddy. All the stuff we started hearing. We started hearing. When you go through the hearing process, the alderman decided to pull back on that PPA because of all the things we started to hear. Now, let me go back quickly. I won't rehash everything. But the lines of communication have been open from day one, from that $200,000 grant, $250 that she gave you, to walking you through a lot of your issues you had to get open. My number has not changed. My communication has not changed. We once you got past, I said, the last conversation I had with you, Teddy, into your face-to-face with your attorney in the room, I said, hey, man, let's hold off on the PPA. Let's just get you open. And you said to me, hey, man, can we get the PPA? I said, no, we're not doing the PPA. Let's just hold off on that. You said we had a face-to-face conversation. And you said to me, I don't want the 30-year-olds anymore. I want an older group like you, Al. That's what you said to me. I said, Teddy, let's just move forward. I helped you with all of your licensing issues, the building department. Was that not true? You had my number from day one. What started to happen was, like I said to you, hey, man, I called you and said, hey, man, I hear you having parties. You're throwing parties with DJ. No, man, that's not true. I think I talked to your wife. No, it's not true. So the communication has been the same. I said, hey, man, we're hearing you having parties. Oh, no, it's not true. I shot your wife the video showing the whole full-blown multiple DJs in the place. You corrected that. I said, okay. They came in again. They sent me and gave you a cease and desist a second time for the very same violation. So I don't understand when you say there's no communication, sir. My number has not changed. The alderman in August told you what her expectations were. The police, DACP, the law department, liquor. Here's what we expect you to do. Follow your plan of operation. It says you cannot do these things. You're supposed to operate as a restaurant. You said to me, I said to you in that meeting, the alderman said to you, you will be dealing with me directly. You tried to get around that. She said, nope. What I say, he says. When I say it, it's coming from me, Mr. Gilmore. Did the alderman not tell you that? So that is how we've operated since. I have gotten one, and right after that meeting in August, the brawl happened, which you denied. I have the 911 tape. I sent it to your phone. May play it for your audience. Let them hear that brawl call from the police department. 30 to 40 people, multiple calls for service.
So let me stop there. Let me stop you there, Alvin. Teddy, respond to what is Alvin saying? Is there truth in what he's saying?
What? There's not truth in it. The only reason there's not truth in it, Alvin, not true. As Alvin is telling me.
Go ahead, Teddy.
If Alvin is telling me that he knew about issues and didn't contact me, we were at a meeting and he said, well, we don't have to contact you. You're supposed to contact us. Like the issues that he's sitting here saying, and I guess now is a great time. Alvin, did you ever say that Nissy's was going to be a strip club anywhere?
I've heard this. I've heard. Look. I just heard. I'm telling you what the community tells me. Let me tell you. I'll answer that. Yes, we have heard rumors that you had strippers in that place.
Wait, Teddy. Let him answer. Go ahead.
Let me answer. Yeah, not just recently. I just heard it just recently, and so my job is not to manage your club. Neither is Michelle Harris. That's your job. If you're going to violate the rules, we have folks that go in and take a look and make sure that isn't happening. That's how it works, Teddy. I don't manage your club. I don't have time. Neither does Michelle Harris. If you're not doing the right thing. Well, I'm just saying. I don't know days. I'm just telling you.
We weren't even.
I've heard.
Okay, hold on. Okay, one at a time. Go ahead.
I'm not giving you a day.
Okay, stop. Go
Teddy,
ahead.
I'm not saying what day it was. I'm not saying a date. I'm just hearing that's what happened.
There wasn't a day. We weren't. We have a business license. And you were in community meetings.
Just recently, I heard it, Teddy. Just recently, I heard it. Just recently, dude. I heard it last week.
You've been okay. If you're sitting here saying that, I'm saying you.
I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, Teddy. Teddy, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. I don't know.
When has it ever been policy just to hearsay about a person's night business? When has that been policy?
Kelly, when the policy is you're having a DJ when you're not supposed to, we send, wait. If I hear it, or the alderman hear it, or we get calls about it, we have people that look into it. Now, if it's true, they can tell you true. And you know it's true because you got a cease and desist, did you not? They caught you red-handed, did you not?
I got a cease and desist for a DJ, and I haven't had one since.
All right, so that's my point. So that's how it works, Teddy. So if I hear something,
okay,
if we hear something, wait. Let me finish.
Man.
Hold on. No, I have. Wait. I haven't been able to. They have people that look into that. I'm just telling you what we hear. If someone says, "Hey, Teddy is having a DJ when he's not supposed to," then if we hear it, we can send it. Anybody can call. It's not just us. That's the process, Teddy. If you're in a business doing the wrong thing, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me or the alderman.
So let me jump in here, guys.
So Alvin, what do we have to do to fix this problem? Alvin, what do we have to do to fix this problem?
What do you have to do to fix it, Teddy? You have a plan of operation that you're supposed to operate under. You know that. You signed it, or whoever the owner is signed it, and you are supposed to follow that order. If you go outside of that,
we're following that 13.
Well, then you don't have a problem. Then you don't have a problem. You don't.
We have,
Teddy. If you follow it, you don't have a problem.
You guys are pushing the issue.
If you look, Teddy, either you follow it or you're not. If you follow it, then you don't have a problem. If you don't follow it, you're going to have a problem.
You guys are pushing the issue. You guys
pushing what issue? What issue? To make you follow a plan that you're supposed to follow? We're going to push that. Absolutely.
Can I ask a question? Let me back up, guys, real quick. So let me back up. All right, and I want to just add some perspective to the conversation respectfully. Teddy, there is in the past, you do have some challenges or have had some challenges with the city council as it relates to some of the venues that you've had in the past, right? I'm not going to pick a side or anything like that. Let's just say that you do have a established reputation, so in some cases positive, in some cases not positive. At least when Brendan Riley started tweeting, he was like, when I said it, I was a racist, and now you can't call me a racist over what was happening downtown. Like, I think that part of this...
Some would say he's still pushing the issue.
I wouldn't debate you.
Some would say he's still in control of it.
Let me tell you, I would not argue with you on Brendan Riley on too many things. But I do want to make sure that we recognize that if that reputation exists, the challenge that a local elected official might have in trying to create another opportunity. Let me ask you, are you working in concert with was there an agreement, an operating agreement that happened initially?
Yes.
Was there any violation of that operation agreement?
Early on, yes.
Okay. Let me ask this. Because I feel like I do think that it's just paying attention, not being involved in it, but just knowing what would be said in city council or some of the things that I've seen flying around. Would you agree or disagree that amongst her colleagues, Michelle Harris, in working with you to open up the location, probably got some pushback from some of her colleagues, et cetera, and probably had some challenges in pushing this forward a little bit? Maybe? Just a little?
I don't know, man. To be honest with you,
I got
I'm
you.
not sure about that one.
I can say yes.
Now, hold on.
I can
Okay, so hold on.
say yes.
So here's what I would ask, right? And this is
what I needed to hear that too.
And I think, Teddy, and let me just say this, because I don't want to be on nobody's bad side. I'm on everybody's bad side. Teddy, I would tell you that there are challenges. No, I am. I like, if I say something on this, like, I'm on everybody's bad side, but the reality is, I think that what Teddy provides is necessary. I also, having worked with aldermen who are familiar, also recognize the challenge of what it takes to try and create a venue or create a space that allows for our young people to eat, kick it, drink, and do all of the things that they can do on Milwaukee and all of those things. And we personally, as black folks, even have a problem with our kids doing that or our young people doing that. So I understand all of those challenges. I would just hope, felt gentlemen, that somewhere in this space that everybody recognizes that they got skin in the game. For an elected official, when there's problems, perceived problems from a location, they got to think about the people that live there. Now, Alvin, I think you got to your obligation is not to run Teddy's club, but I do think that I look at a lot of clubs and night places, and they get aid and assist from their local officials to try and mediate or try and come up with the resolution. And this is all I would say, because I think both of y'all are genuine guys who mean the best for your community. Teddy, you got an audience that really is super underserved, and it's nowhere really for them to go. Alvin, we talked about trying to create a space, or where could we find for them. And all I would ask, guys, is that before we give Brendan Riley or before we give any of our detractors the opportunity, is it possible to facilitate? Woo! Hello, who that is? If there's possible to facilitate a sit down, at least one last opportunity for you all to try and get understanding. And I see a lot of people be like, you can't have a DJ in the club. No, that's all part of the rules of having a PPA, etc. But I wanted to make sure that we gave everybody the opportunity. So I'm going to give y'all, I got to go to court. I got to go take care of some business. So I'm going to give both of you all, what I'd like to do is really, I'd love to see y'all brothers come in the studio, or get Teddy and the alderman in the studio, and y'all can hug it out. But if that doesn't happen, what I'd like to do is at least come back to this issue and really sit down and put the issues on the table and try and figure it out. But I will give both of you 1 minute close, because I do not want to hear the judge. So let's start with, I'm going to give you, Alvin, I'm going to let you start, and then Teddy, I'll let you get the final statement. And then, guys, if anybody wants to continue this conversation, Teddy, my bad. I know you hit me up. It was a crazy weekend, but you got the floor too. So I'm going to start with you, Alvin. Please let the people know what they need. You got a minute.
So all I'll say is this quickly, that, the alderman's responsibility, like any alderman's responsibility, is to look out and stand up for our community. When there's things that go wrong, whether there's fights and stuff that do happen, that have happened, so revolving that club, the cost of service, we can prove that. So at the end of the day, that is her job, to stand up for a community. It's not about a business. When a business has a responsibility to respect the community. Now, when that doesn't happen, I'm not saying the owners themselves, I'm saying the customers that they bring. So the all we're asking is that you follow the rules, follow the plan of operation that all businesses get, particularly when you're a restaurant and not a club. There's no hybrid version of that. You are a restaurant. Act as a restaurant. And so that is all she's asking, that you follow the rules. You have a plan, you signed it, you agreed to it. It says what you spells out clearly what you can and can't do, and all we're asking that you follow that. Now, if you don't follow that, then there's a process in place, which is the process going through right now. That's for any business. It's not just Teddy's business, any business. We've closed multiple businesses because they have not followed the rules. But her job is to stand up for her community, and that's all we've done. My phone number has not changed, Teddy. You have to call me anytime. And so, that's just what I'll say.
Thank you, Alvin. Teddy, I will give you the opportunity to close, and then you got a minute, and then I'm going to let it go. We can definitely come back and revisit this, but I definitely got to get to court. All right, so go ahead, Teddy.
No problem. So I just want to say, one, Nipsey's has been, we came to the community, every great intention of doing everything that we're supposed to do. Did we have a DJ during the middle of the pandemic one time? We did. And we received a cease and desist, like he said. Up until then, we've done absolutely nothing wrong. I can't be in a situation where Alvin is sending the inspectors at us 3 times a week and defend that. Because when they come 50, 60 police strong, and they scare off customers. And so we've done everything. We've tried to communicate. We want to be in that facility, but if the truth is they don't want us to be there, I wish they would come out and say that, just so we'll know exactly how we need to move. At this point, right now, it's kind of a situation where Alvin has this gigantic pulpit that he can make announcements from. He had people thinking we were actually closed. And we won the shot season, and I was surprised that he had to actually come out and say, no, they're not closed. And we're fighting against them. And we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're looking for support. And so we're not in a situation. You would have to think where it's just melees and stuff like that. It's not. All those police calls that Alvin keeps talking about, we made those calls. We know we made them because we're the ones on the. You said you want to play the voice recording for Mays, please do so you can hear them say, this is Nipsey's management calling about the prostitution in the area, homeless in the area, the 2 motels in the area. And so we're just trying to be in a position right now where we can work. We're trying to work with the neighbors. We're trying to organize and work with the neighborhood so we can be there to provide a service, a sit-down restaurant, and we just play music. We don't have DJs. That's all we do is play. We have a playlist. And so that's what I would say as far as at the end of the day. If I'm guilty of anything, I'm guilty of supporting young African-Americans that want to come out. They don't have anywhere to go. And so, much like you said, if I'm guilty of something, then great. And as far as this is concerned, my last piece will be that Brendan Riley is trash. I hope everybody understands that. So I would hope that this particular alderman would not side with him, ever, on the type of person that he is.
And on that note, I'm stopping.
Hey,
No. That's it. No.
Okay,
We're going to cover right there. We ain't going to add no more names to the fire. I heard you right there.
You know I was about to add another alderman.
No, we ain't adding no more.
You know I was about to add another black alderman. Who had the same problem.
That's it. Thank you. Riis, cut.
They were saying bye. Bye.
Thank you. Goodness gracious, man. I don't look. You look at me. I know what they wasn't just saying bye. It was finna be some more fire. And look, you know how you be like, okay, I'm about to leave and somebody want to throw one last lick. I was trying to end the last lick. All right, y'all. And now this is the Maze Jackson Show. I gotta get out of here. That was powerful. I think we got some more to talk about. We'll be talking about this plus some more tomorrow. So look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, for my man DJ Riis the Ruler. Every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
And go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough